Conversation just flows. We're going live right now, by the way. I just clicked live.
Okay, cool.
You just clicked live so we can stop talking about all of our nudie websites we use.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the
man.
one that I've been watching? It's called "What Gender Is This Person?" But
It's a thrill. You just never know, right? Is
exactly.
it like Tinder? You swipe left or right for boy or girl?
Yeah, it's one of them. It's got a poll, you know.
What kind?
Got, you click on the poll or whatever.
Yeah.
See what everybody else thinks.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's the sad thing is that's probably out there somewhere.
Oh, you're absolutely right, dude. It's a crazy world we live in.
Dude, you ain't lying. Hey, speaking of crazy worlds, though, I know we got people probably just kind of filing in here, getting started. I'm just firing from the hip here. So, being a Southern guy, you're kind of into like the orchards and the things like that, right? So, what do you have for apple orchards out your way? Anything?
No, not really.
No.
My way. I'm trying to think.
Because where
I can think of, there's a lot of grapes. It's just super humid here. But we've got like there's like a North Duplin winery, and they have like a
Yeah.
I see more grapes. I don't remember seeing a lot of apple stuff.
No, I didn't know. I mean, maybe the apple stuff was like further up north too. I don't know. Where I'm going with that is, so my drink of choice for the podcast here. So I found I'm a big Pink Lady apple guy. I like apples in general, but I found this Pink Lady apple juice. It's made with nothing but Pink Lady apples.
Oh wow,
dude! It'll knock your socks off. Change your life.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't. Dude, the opposite of green is my thumb or whatever. But I don't know. I guess would it have to be cooler weather for apples? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe like up north or. Maybe somebody in the chat here can help. Eric's here. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Jason's here too. We're just trying to figure out where they grow apples so we can go start our own apple orchard and make Pink Lady apple juice.
Yeah. Where did Johnny Appleseed go? I mean, I don't remember what state. Yeah, I don't remember where he went.
What is his physical address? We need to know.
Yeah. And the dude, all he did was eat apples, man. I think the dude had a shit a lot.
Dude, hey, no lie. So this one time we went to, speaking of which, so we'd been playing softball all day long. And, dude, we go to Denny's that night. And I got this buddy, like, dude, he drinks everything in, like, massive quantities. Like, when we were kids, he used to drink a gallon of milk a day.
Oh, wow.
So we go to Denny's one night. It's like 10, 11 o'clock. Denny's open 24/7, whatever. And he's like, can I get some apple juice? And she's like, yeah. She brings out the glass, and he says, actually, can you just bring me one of those things you fill it up with? He goes, I'm probably just going to drink that. So he drank like a half gallon of apple juice in probably 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
About 15 minutes later, he says, guys, I'll be right back. Straight to the bathroom with him.
Oh, yeah. I have a dude that used to play with us. He's a big old rascal. He's about 6'4" or something, about 3 plus, whatever.
Yeah.
And his name was Tiny. And
love it.
Dude, we'd go out to eat every time, man. And he would run a poor waitress to death with drinks, dude. I was like, God, I said, dude, just get a pitcher. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Save the girls. And then you'd almost like, I'd have to tip for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
yeah.
Because I felt so bad for the girl running back and forth trying to get him drinks, and he would just go ape shit with that stuff, dude. I was just like,
Hang on, typing here. So yeah. So he's the same way. Like, he's a big dude. We always just make fun of him. So it's funny because he was actually premature by like, gosh, I want to say 8 or 9 weeks, maybe even more than that. Like when he was like it was bad enough. I don't know. Maybe it was longer than that. It was bad enough that like his mom could hold him in her 2 hands. And now he's 6'6", 340. He's just a behemoth.
Yeah. I had a friend that her son was like that. She could hold him in one hand, and he was so. It was pretty much certain that he wasn't going to make it. And hell, dude, he's playing college baseball now.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Wonders and marvels of modern medicine.
Absolutely.
There's no reason to think I couldn't live to be 200-300 years old.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights, anybody?
I doubt it worked for me. I went to the doctor. I recently went to the doctor. It wasn't good, so.
You know what? You tell him you don't know nothing. Your mom said you're perfect the way you are.
Yeah, he's like, you know, I said, dude, I came here for you to tell me I'm fat. I just kind of knew that before I came in. Like,
right. I get that.
yeah, but I mean, I can trick them though. I can trick them with my blood pressure and stuff. So I got them.
You got him good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got them.
That's all that counts. As long as
Absolutely.
the heart pumping's doing good, we're all right. That's the way I look at it.
no caffeine before I go in. I'm good. So.
Yeah, right. Just got the monster waiting in the car.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I'm a Diet Coke fiend, dude. I swear, dude.
Diet Coke guy?
Bad. Oh my god, yeah.
Do you ever mess with the Diet Cherry Coke?
By accident.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, by accident one time I tried it out. It was all right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't something I could do. It's kind of like the reason I used to like so much. I like beer so much. I like the strong carbonation.
Oh, okay.
Taste or something. Yeah, and Diet Coke seems to give that to me a little bit. So
yeah, I do think they carbonate like the diet sodas more just to make it more desirable.
Yeah, like I can't do Pepsi, but Diet Coke, man, I don't know what it is, dude. I mean, I would do things in prison to a man for some Diet Coke.
See, that's how I feel about Coke, Pepsi. What is it? The zero sugar Pepsi or whatever it is, the Pepsi Zero, whatever they call it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that, especially like the wild cherry version, I can relate. I can definitely relate.
I've never been a Pepsi guy. I don't know why. And stuff. They used to do those taste tests around us all the time. The Pepsi Challenge or something.
Yeah.
And it was like I was the dude that always screwed their numbers up because I was always one that picked Coke. But yeah, we used to do it. They used to do that every grocery store we used to go into. I'm like, heck yeah, dude, they drink all the Coke on one. But,
wasn't having it, huh?
well, no, it was just I always screwed their numbers up because I always picked Coke and it was a Pepsi called the Pepsi Challenge, so I didn't kind of, they were like, pick which one you like the best, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
You don't want to hear that answer.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I told him. I mean, I didn't care, but you ever realize that? There was this weird thing I read the other day about Coke. Coke is the only person that won't they have like a secret ingredient that they will not let out or something.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, wow, I didn't know that.
And there's only like a handful of people that have access to where the secret ingredient is.
Yeah.
As far as they have it like the recipe or whatever. It's like somewhere hidden in a vault and like only like, what did they say? Like 3 people know the code or whatever. That's nuts.
Yeah. I know. I'm curious what it is. I'm like, goat's butt hair or something. I mean, who knows?
I mean, I ain't trying to find out. I just want to keep drinking it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I saw that the other day and I was like, what? I can't imagine. I don't know, man. Maybe competition. I couldn't imagine a lot of people wanting to know it that bad.
You wouldn't think anyway, but I've also seen people offer lots of money to steal prototypes just so they can see what's inside of them, right?
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah. So, Gio, just catching up with chat here. Gio says, senior softball canceled for the weekend. Upcoming SSUSA Midwest Championships in St. Louis, and coffee is a necessity over 40. Just saying. Well, I'm not 40, and I drink coffee. I got the most darling little coffee cup for my daughter for Father's Day. So that's my mainstay in my locker. That's my coffee cup in the mornings. You got to keep it locked down.
Yeah, I tell you, dude, I never got into coffee yet. Like I said, I do my Diet Coke. But my dad, dude, he used to drink that stuff till he would drink it until the afternoon, and then he would drink like a soda, and then he would leave here early at work and go home and start drinking Budweiser. And I'm just like, I never thought that man drank water at all, man.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that. My brother, he trims trees for a living. Even when it's hot outside, he's still out cutting trees. And it's like, man, dude, it's 110 degrees outside, and he just drinks Pepsi all day long. He's like, I drink a gallon of water at home. Like, yeah, but what about during the day? Like, God, dude.
Man, I don't know, dude. I couldn't do it. Oh, man, I couldn't do it.
Some people are just dedicated.
Yeah.
But, hey,
dedicated,
listen.
There's some people, man, that can just do things we can't do. It's was it the Bert Kreischer thing? He always talks about the Mickey Mantle gene. And,
yeah.
Yeah, so there's just some people like that, man. I mean, just.
Let's see. Gio wants to see the coffee cup. Let me see if I can get the coffee cup pulled up here. Got to see the coffee cup. All right, so. Oh, gosh. Here we go. That's a big deal. I don't know if you got the feed pulled up or not.
Yeah, I do. That's pretty cool.
Hey, man.
My niece made me a Father's Day poster.
Uh-huh.
It was listing my traits and stuff, and I was just it was pretty funny. But it was cool. I mean, it was pretty cool she did it. But she did a big poster for me for Father's Day.
Dude, kids get Go ahead.
Kind of like with your cup though. I mean, just kind of says that it was he's I can't remember the stuff she said. I have no idea. I was gonna put it on the refrigerator. God, I can't remember the stuff. It was one of them was funny and stuff like that. But she just did this whole. It drew a picture of me, and then it just did all these traits or not traits, or just adjectives, I guess you could say. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny how the kids can do stuff like that. It just always gets you right in the feels.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Jason Hernan says Coke is definitely better than Pepsi. Matthew Clark says the same thing. Matthew Clark says there's apples in Michigan, by the way.
It was cooler up there, so yeah. I wouldn't doubt we don't have apples in the mountains. Maybe I could be wrong.
Let's see. Does it say on here? Warren, Michigan. Actually, how close are you to Warren, Michigan, Matthew? You should definitely go out and try this apple juice. This is actually Fuji apple. I grabbed a few different varieties. But the Pink Lady is the best one, but this is actually Fuji apple. I just saw that. I got Fuji apple and Granny Smith we're working on here tonight. But listen, you had a story you were starting on right before we got started with the podcast here. You picked up a player out of the parking lot?
Oh yeah, so basically we're going to a tournament. We get there at the ball field. I think we're playing in Wilson. Yeah, Wilson. At Toys Night. I can't remember, but we had 2 guys on the way. We only had 8 people there, but the guy said there's no way they were going to make it. Something happened, their car broke down. I can't remember. And we were we had 8 guys, and I said, yeah, we can play with 8, but I said, dude, you don't want to do it. So basically, you're going to play with 3 outfielders, no second baseman. And this dude was out there walking around, and we said, hey, man, the guy around our team, he said, hey, can you play softball? You want to play with us like that? And the guy was like, hell yeah. And he's just all pumped up. And the dude, I don't know what he was doing in the park. I have no idea.
Just happened to be out there?
Yeah. He goes to his car, dude. This is no lie. He's wearing I think it's I can't remember what kind of pants he had on, but he cut the legs out and made them shorts.
No, on the spot?
Yeah, on the spot. I was this dude was it was funny, man, but I was just okay. So we get to the field, man. He was like, hey, I need a glove, which we knew. We gave him a glove and stuff like that. He said, hey, we're going to put you at second base. Are you going to be okay? And he's like, absolutely. So we play with 9. And we had a pretty good team. And we're playing and stuff. And the guy, man, everything hit to him. That dude sucked up. I mean, he was sucking it up left and right. But when he went to throw, it looked like he never threw a ball before. But he would get the guy out, but it looked like he never threw the ball before.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, what in the world? So we get done, man. We win the game. We go out in the parking lot, and we're like, hey, man, guys offered and said, hey, come out here and you have a beer with us or whatever. And he said, hey, our guys will be here in a little bit. We appreciate you playing and stuff like that. And then one of the guys said, hey, man, quick question. He says, what's up with your arm? Did you injure your arm or something? We noticed you throwing it in first. He goes, oh, no, man, I'm left-handed. Y'all gave me the a right-hand throw.
No way! No! No!
Yeah, he played the whole game opposite-handed.
No way! Bro, yeah, that is wild.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious.
Did he hit left-handed or did he hit right-handed?
I don't remember him hitting. That's the only thing. I just remember them, the throwing thing was the issue and stuff. I know he didn't suck. Because if you suck, you kind of stand out.
Yeah, sure.
If you're really good or you suck real bad, you stand out. And he didn't stand out. So.
Oh my gosh, dude, that is hilarious.
And I'm doing true story. I'm not lying. True story.
I am clipping this and putting it on Facebook. that is freaking gold.
Yeah, I posted it on John King's one time, and I don't think anybody believed me, but yeah, we played for the. I can't remember what we were called back then. We were either CSS or Poor Boys, but I'm not sure. But it was the same group of guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That is absolutely wild. Like, and he just like roughed it out. He wasn't like, "Hey, you got a left-handed glove."
Yeah.
Did you have an extra left-handed glove in the dugout by chance?
You know what? Let me think. I'm trying to think if we had a lefty. No, I don't think so. Probably not. So maybe that's the reason why. I mean, I didn't think about it but I mean, I remember them saying, "Hey, man, here's a glove," and they didn't even ask him.
Yeah,
you know
right. Yeah.
And he just took it and went. He went to go. I mean, he was.
So this man is an absolute animal. He cuts his jeans into shorts, goes out, plays an opposite-handed shortstop, and then did he stick around or did he just bounce out?
No, he had a few beers with us, then left because our guys eventually showed up and we had enough. He was like he thanked us for letting them play and stuff, and we're just like, okay. And I never saw the dude again, but
dude, that's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, I was like, for 3 innings, I kept saying in the dugout, that dude cut his pants off. I was like, that's all I said for like 3 innings straight. I was like, that dude cut his pants off to play with us. I was like, whatever, dude.
Dude, I love softball for like the random run-ins and stuff like that, right? So
absolutely.
We're at one time when we're hitting, and this guy gets out of his truck. He pulls up, gets out of his truck, and there's like 6 or 7 of us out there. We're just out there jackassing around, whatever. And dude walks up, and he's like, he looks athletic. I mean, he's good, he's trim, he's fit, he's a good-looking guy in a homo. He's the package, right? So I'm like, this guy's like, hey, he's like, you guys mind if I take a few swings? I'm like, I mean, who's going to tell the guy no, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, sure. Dive on in there, pal. Whenever you're ready. He's like, do you care what bat I swing? I was like, not really. So I haven't done this in a while. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Thinking like, this dude's whatever. He takes a few swings, and he barreled a couple of balls, but he looked like a fish out of water. I was kind of like, all right, this dude's just doing his thing. We're going to let him hang out with us. Because I'm one of those people, like, I can make a friend out of anybody.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So he takes a few swings, like, man, that wasn't very good, was it? I was like, hey, listen, you did fine. Ain't no big deal. We'll get it figured out, So he's like, you got a glove? He's like, I wouldn't mind going to shag for a few minutes. So I tossed him a glove. I had an extra glove in my bag. And he was right-handed, by the way. I gave him the correct-handed glove. I just want to throw that out there now.
Yeah.
And he goes out to the outfield, and this dude just starts just hoovering stuff. Running stuff down. He's like, I got to get loose. He starts running stuff down. He robbed a home run. I mean, dude's just out here going nuts. And he starts throwing them back in, and he's like bombing them back to the pitcher from the fence. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And then he comes to the infield and just starts just hoovering stuff. So I'm up to hit. And he's standing at short, kind of like popping his glove, doing like shithead stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, all right, let's see what this guy's got. And I just roasted a BP rocket at his ankles, vacuum. I mean, like I could have rolled it to him and probably messed him up more. Yeah, we just vacuum. He just sucked it in, threw it back to the pitcher. I was like, all right. So I hit another one at him, sucked it right up. Turns out I'd never heard of this guy. He was, I guess you would say somewhat local to the area, but he played with a lot of the locals, but nobody that we knew. So he's, oh, my name's so-and-so, and if you guys ever need anybody, here's my number. And he drives off, and I pick him up for league that next week, thinking like, this guy ain't bad, right? So he shows up, and one of the guys on my team was like, hey, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, shit, this guy? He's going, yeah, he played tournament ball with us for years. Jody's really good at softball. I'm like, what the hell? It's so funny how you just run into random people, right?
Absolutely. We were playing in a tournament in the first of the year. I was playing with a tournament team. I mean, it was my normal tournament team. It was the very first tournament of the year, and I show up late, right? And they're like, Adam, our starting pitcher is hurt. And he says, you're pitching. I was like, oh, shit. Well. And I was like, and I got a pitch, right? And I was just like, dude, I hadn't pitched in years. And I was like, and I'm going into a tournament that's like a 6-game guarantee. And I'm like, oh, my God, I'm going to die here. So I start pitching, man, and then I have to leave. My son has a game. I leave and I come back, but the game was my son's game was close by, and we had this new guy on our team, and I was just like, who is this guy, And he just was smooth. I mean, everything about him, he was just super, everything just came easy to him, but he didn't he wasn't a jerk or anything like that and stuff. And then they put him. He says, they said, "Hey, Adam's got to leave. Who's going to pitch?" I said, "I'll be back, man." I said, "But I won't get back until probably about in the middle of the game." So I come back, and this dude, he says, so he gets in. They put him in the pitching, man, and he pitches his ass off.
Really?
Yeah, and then he starts pump faking and doing all this stuff and this crazy stuff, and he was just a really good pitcher. And I hit the absolute shit out of the ball. I mean, he hit the shit out of the ball. And we go in the game after his game, and we picked him up off our message board. And he goes, and y'all will know him. Y'all might know him. And he comes in there, and they were like, "Dude, we didn't know you pitched. Where did you learn to do all that pump faking?" He said, "I don't know, man. I just watched somebody do it one time and figured I'd try it." And it ended up, 2 years later, the dude was playing conference ball with Combat.
What?
And, Cameron Cox is his name.
Yeah.
And he was playing, and it was just like, what the hell, dude? He was from California, but he had just moved there.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we picked him. I don't know how we got him. I mean, we were like the local E team, man, and we picked up this dude. And he just hit the ever living shit out of the ball too, man. And
dude,
had the prettiest swing. He reminds you a lot of like Baker. He really did.
Yeah, just fluent.
And he had that. Yeah, and he had that kind of like that. I don't know what you call it, that California swag, where he was kind of nonchalant, you know.
Yeah,
that's just kind of easy going, kind of. But
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like he, like Baker's always got like that Cali swag. Like Ryan McClanahan's another one. He's always just got like that, that swag and that sway in his walk. And like Baker walks up there like he wasn't giving a damn, you know. It's like he knew he was gonna get a hit. The second he walked out of the dugout and grabbed a bat, he knew he was getting a hit. So I mean, he just free flowing, easy going, And McClanahan's the same way. Whether he's pitching, whether he's playing middle, I've seen him play a little bit of outfield. He's just chilling, bro. I mean, it's a California thing.
He looks so weird too because he's got a big face, and he looks like he'd be kind of like a heavy dude. I've seen him. I've watched him play in person and stuff.
Yeah.
And he hits the ball better than what it shows when you watch him live stream. But he hits the shit out of the ball.
Dude, McClanahan's a good player.
Yeah, dude, I put him on my team many times.
Yeah.
And but I mean, dude, you put him and he can come in and back up pitching and stuff. I mean, that's crazy.
A guy like him is worth his weight in gold. Like you can put him anywhere.
Yeah.
You can put him in the outfield. You can put him in the infield. You can pitch. He's like DH, EH material. Like he can do nothing but hit. He's an all around great player. And I understand like he's playing at the highest level and the conference level and the major level, but even all those things considered, I feel like some people kind of what you might consider outside of the game don't really give him credit. They always talk about like all the household names, right? But he never comes up, and he's one of those guys that deserves to be in the conversation. He really does.
Absolutely. And he, like I said, sometimes you watch those guys, they kind of look like it's so easy to them that they're not trying. And it kind of like it'll irritate you something. You're like, it looks like because they make it look so easy, and you're like, if that dude just gave us, wait a minute, whatever he's doing now is better than everybody else.
Yeah,
and that's what it just they just do it that way, and just make it look so freaking easy, man. But it's crazy. But I got a question about you on the conference stuff.
Yeah, what you got?
So have you noticed like the guys that get like basically the batting average, basically the whoever wins the batting average crown or whatever in the year, like Flip won it last year.
Yeah,
and y'all saw the stuff like Flip had to deal with, but I'd be curious what y'all's thoughts on it. Like, there's a guy that's leading it, and he's only got like 105 appearances, plate appearances, and then you got like Josh Riley who has almost 250 plate appearances, but he's just behind that guy.
Yeah. So, as far as like, what's my thoughts on that? So my thoughts on something like that is, obviously it's going to depend on the team that you're on, and like there's got to be some kind of variable in there somewhere, right? Because I mean, if you're on a team that's not making it to Sunday very often, or if you're on a team that's 1-2 or 2-2, you're not going to get as many at bats as somebody like a Josh Riley or like a Ryan Harvey or like a Greg Cannell. So you got to have a middle ground there somewhere. I know, what was it last year? I think it was a minimum 150 at bats to be in contention at the end of the year.
Because I mean, Flip caught a lot of shit for not having as many at bats, and people kept trying to say he was sitting out games, but I know he was hurt. But and by the way, if you've never watched that guy play, because that dude catches a lot of crap. And I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a person that reads body language a little bit too much, and I didn't care for him as much. And then I went up in person and saw him play, and then I was just like, this dude can fucking play. I mean, sorry for my language, but I was just like,
No.
that dude can flat out play. And then I finally introduced myself to him in the parking lot and said something. And man, you talking about some vice grips? I mean, that dude, he's got the biggest hands, dude. And just I don't know, man. He's a strong dude, but he can play, dude. I mean, he really can.
No doubt about it.
And I mean, he doesn't get the credit he deserves sometimes, I think. But
no, he does. He's super talented. I agree with you. Like, he catches a lot of crap, and he caught a lot of crap over that deal last year. But here's kind of my thing. And of course, I only know people outside of that level of softball. You know, I don't know anybody that's at his level or that kind of thing. Just like hear their opinion on it. But like, they can hate on him all they want. But that man with a bat in his hands is just something you got to stop and watch.
Oh yeah, did you see the other day he posted? So he posted some videos, and I shared some of the stuff on my Facebook page. And dude, he swings a 25-ounce balanced bat.
He's a freak. That's why.
Yeah, I was just like, what? I was like, that was just like, that kind of just blew my mind. I mean, I was just like, wow.
So I've kind of developed this theory over the years. I personally believe that the heavier the bat, the better off you are.
Yeah.
When it comes to people that are what you may consider average, maybe even a little above average, as far as like explosiveness and like general overall swing talent.
Yeah.
But when you get guys like him, he could hit with a 25-ounce balance as far as he could with a 30-ounce end load.
And he did. I mean,
so he's explosive. He's explosive.
Yeah.
He's an elite athlete. It doesn't matter what you put in an elite athlete's hands; they're going to use it, and they're going to use it well.
Oh yeah, you're right. And it's kind of like it's kind of like the Stephen Lloyd, man. I mean,
yeah,
you would think Stephen Lloyd is kind of like Baker and Cameron Cox too. He has that nonchalant, like, man, what am I doing? He kind of looks like it looks like he's thinking about fishing or something. Like, I'd rather be fishing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I mean, he's just so good. But that's just kind of that's their what their body language kind of reads like sometimes. At least that's how I see it.
Sure.
But I mean, they're good, man. I was just curious what you thought about the whole. And I get it, rules are rules. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's like 2 years in a row, Josh Riley's going to get kind of screwed over, man, because he's pretty much like a triple crown again this year, and then he's just going to get kind of screwed over because he gets so many more bats. I mean,
yeah.
But I mean, like you said, rules are rules. So.
Yeah. Let's see real quick. Just Jason Herndon says lighter means more speed. Yeah. Okay. You can make the argument. I'm not going to dive into this now because I could argue this topic until I'm blue in the face. Yeah, you're going to swing it harder, but at what point are you swinging hard enough that like it doesn't matter? You're going to hit that certain point where it's not going to matter how light you swing or how fast your bat is. At some point, mass has got to play a factor here. It just does.
Yeah.
So you got to tiptoe the line of like, honestly, personally, I kind of like it, the more I kind of like think about this theory that I have, it's almost like a guy with like less bat speed would do better with a heavier bat to give them a little momentum because they're not swinging as fast. So like,
and that's probably what I should do because I don't have any bat speed and I probably should swing heavier. But like, and I do like a full 1 ounce end load here lately. I've noticed I hit better with because I have below average bat speed. But he even I remember too because I mean I always want to ask anything I can about hitting bats, whatever.
Yeah,
and he swings a flexi handle too. If you know anything about Juno, they got some of the flexier handle bats for because you can order their handle the way like you can get the same barrel for each, but you can get one with a little bit more flexier handle, kind of like the Monster stuff.
Yeah,
and he does a balanced bat with a flexier handle. I don't know if that's the case now, but that's what he used to swing.
See, yeah, and I think that all comes down to preference. I know everybody's got their theories on how handles perform.
Yeah.
But to me personally, it all comes down to preference. I've never thought to myself, man, this really flexy handle on this bat's giving me an advantage. It's a feedback thing to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Okay. so I've talked to people, like, I've talked with Leaf Nemo and stuff like that, and I asked him, I've talked with Carl before, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So if you got a flexier handle, the barrel's going to feel softer.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. And, you know, if you got a stiffer handle, you know, it feels like it's going to take forever for that barrel to break in. But once it does, you can swing out of your shoes with it, where you can't, to me, in my opinion, you can't swing out of your shoes with a flexi handle. Like, you kind of got to feel like I feel like you have to cut back, at least I do, that I have to cut back a little bit with something with a flexier handle.
Do you think it's because it causes you to miss hit more? Or do you think it's like a difference in performance? The harder you swing, the more inconsistent you're going to be on the barrel. So is that where it comes in for you? Or do you feel like a drop in performance?
I feel like a drop. Like, maybe it's inconsistent, but I got that buddy Chad that hits with me, man. Uh-huh. And if any bat's got any flex in it, he is ruined. I mean, he's not the same guy. Like, he wants a stiffer handle, and but if a bat's got flex, and I mean, we'll sit there and watch, and I'm like, I'll watch him hit, and he's got so much torque in his swing that I guess it just affects him that much. And I'm just like, he was overseas in some other country. We won't go into what he does for a living. I think he kills people, but yeah, but no, he'll sit there, and we came back and we got some senior bats that night, and it was his first time swinging, and we were swinging a senior bat that had a little. I didn't even think of it at the time when we were hitting, and I said, "Hey, man." It just kind of clicked with me, and it takes me a while to get things because I'm a dumbass. But
I feel that.
Yeah, and I said, take off your swing a little bit. He says, all right. And I said, I think if I'm right, that handle's got a little flex in the handle. And, man, it was like the light switch went on, and then we hit really well the rest of the night. But we had to just kind of take off our swing a little bit. And he swings much harder than I do. But it just, I don't know. I'm kind of in between my swing because, like, I can take off my swing a little bit, and, dude, I just, like, with a flexier handle, I'm like, damn, easy line drive.
Sure.
But when I swing that bat hard, oh, dude, I miss it like crazy. But when I swing hard, anything, I swing it. So.
Hey, I feel that too.
Yeah, so I've always been find a hole and hit it there.
Yeah, so. See, and that's like, it's definitely like a feedback thing to me. So yeah. I'm a big one piece guy. You know, I love my one pieces, but there's still like, you can have some one pieces that have some forgiveness. Like the original Pures, the Integrities that had the Pure Sports on the barrel and not just the Pure, the handles on those are different than the standard Pures that like came out years after, like the year that I ran the BP Hero Edition Pures. Those were. Go ahead.
Were those flexier handle?
No, they were not.
Oh,
they were the regular handle that's on most of the stuff now today. I would assume so. And to my understanding, that was the variation between the handles was from when they said Pure Sports to Pure. Just they changed as the years went on, they went to a stiffer handle, I guess you could say. But I love the flexi handles on those. Something like a Combat Avarice. I don't know if you've ever swung one of those. The handle's really like kind of soft and whippy on those. I love that, and you can get that out of a one-piece bat. And handle material also plays a factor when it comes to the two-piece bats, right? Everybody associates like alloy handle with really stiff. Swing an Easton thing. It's not stiff as a board like you think it would be.
Yeah. I've heard so much bad stuff about that bat. I just stayed away. But what you're saying about the Pure, so I got one of the first original Pures. A guy, I want a glove and a raffle, and I didn't like it. So I put it up and I said, hey, I want to sell this glove. And this dude that worked at the Pure factory hit me up, and he said, hey, man, I'm going to send you one of these bats. Tell me if you like it or not. I said, all right. And he sent me like a Pure prototype or something.
Yeah.
And I hit it, and I said, oh, my God. I was like, hell, yeah, this is sweet. So he trades me, and this glove was a piece of crap. And he trades me he makes me send that one back. And I said, well, you're not going to send me shit back, are you? You know? And he sends me back another bat, and I get a 27 balance. And, dude, I hit that thing for 3 years straight. That's all I swung.
Dude, they're fun.
And I was like the only person in the area that swung Pure. And, dude, they were just, I mean, I'm in North Carolina, and they were right down there in South Carolina, and nobody would swing their stuff.
Really?
And, yeah, it was crazy. It was weird. But, and then they caught on, and then paint jobs, man, and everybody went crazy.
Oh, yeah. So is Pure big in the area now?
Yeah. This year, man, it's been Suncoast. But I'll tell you the truth, dude. I don't play that much. I don't play any tournament ball now, so I'd have to go out there and see. I think everybody's still swinging their 220 stuff if they can get, but everybody likes the Suncoast, the old Mike and Worth stuff, the old Mike and Worth 220 stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't see DeMarini that much, as I would think you would, unless it's like a red bat. But everybody's kind of big on the Louisville Slugger stuff too.
Yeah, the Louisville Slugger stuff has definitely caught on the last few years, especially like the One Piece Genesis, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
those have definitely caught on, but it's still like Mike and Worth country around here.
Yeah,
a lot of Eastons too.
Yeah, we got the Eastons too, and I mean Easton has to be probably one of the best cold weather hitting bats there ever was. I thought, but
yeah,
because they give so much, but but I've just been playing league ball, so everything's ASA,
Sure.
And mostly, I mean, you don't see a lot of anarchy where I'm at, and it's mostly Monster or Mike and Worth. You'll see some anarchy, man. You'll see some diehards, but it's mostly 70% Monster, the rest Mike and Worth.
Did you want to borrow my illegal Freak 30 for your ASA league, or is it on the ban list?
The dudes where I play, man, wouldn't even know what the ban list is. Dude, they'd be too worried about the earring or the necklace you're wearing. Or
you're right. That's causing a glare.
Yeah. So they worry more about dumb stuff than the actual game. So.
Yeah, it's funny. I took my Psycho up there and hit with my Psycho last Friday, and I hit the first home run that I hit. I'm not trying to sit here and like brag, but the first home run that I hit was I poked it pretty good, and I carried the bat back to the dugout, and then the next one I hit, I just dropped the bat and kind of jogged up the line because I wasn't sure if I got enough of it or not initially off the bat, so I kind of started up the line. And I turn around, I jogged on across the field, and I turn around, and he's got the bat in his hand, like tapping it on the ground, like checking it out. And then he tosses it over. It's like, dude, come on. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah, I know.
Like, God forbid somebody hit a home run in your precious softball league,
Well, I'll tell you the best thing I ever heard, and I did it one time in a league. I saw Jeff Hall do it, and he said he had a guy question his bat. He went over their dugout, threw the bat in their dugout, and said, y'all hit it. And I was like, damn. And so it happened to me in league, and this is when I was a rep for Smashing Sports, and it was the one time when they would give us a demo bat, and we had got some of the new Easton stuff when that new Easton, it was right when the avocado came out. So we all got the what was it, Helmer Blue Line, the very first one, and it was a great bat. I mean, phenomenal bat, and mine was like, it was stupid. I mean, it was just broke. I'd hit it so much it was broke in there. And I admit I didn't have a tester back then, so I'd hate to see what it tested at. Probably like 160 or something. And dudes were like, "Oh yeah, it's a demo bat." And then one of the guys I knew I used to play with him, and I said, I did the same thing, man. I gave him a bat. I said, "Here, y'all try it out. Tell me what you think." I said, "I'll tell you where to buy one." I was like, and that it kind of shut them up, but but when umpires do it, man, I had an umpire question my bat in a game in a tournament one time, and he was like, "Man, I don't remember seeing you hit like that." And I had a good game, and he goes, I don't remember seeing you hit like this before, blah, blah, blah. And he says, what are you doing now? I says, well, I can't run or throw. I said, I can at least hit.
You got to hit to hang in there, right?
Yeah. So I was like, and nobody likes my personality, so, I mean, shit. But they keep me around for something.
Quit it.
No, I mean, I was just joking with him, but I was just like, when the umpire starts saying something, I was like, well, I've never been, I don't hit hard enough. Now, I've never been really questioned before. And that time when he did it, he just kind of, I was like, wow. Okay.
Right. So, see, I always think it's funny, the people that want to stand around and complain. I'm sitting here right now trying to find a video. It's on YouTube somewhere. So this team had been accusing this dude of swinging a shaved bat. He hits a home run, walks back to the dugout, and then he comes back out for his next at bat, and they throw a bat at his feet. So he throws his bat back to the dugout, picks up their bat, hits a home run with their dugout, tosses it back to him, or hits a home run with their bat, then just tosses it back to him and goes back to the dugout. I'm trying to find that.
That's classic right there, man. That's some good shit, though.
Yeah. I wish I could. I'm not going to find it until after this video is over. I know I'm not, or until this podcast is over. And it's going to drive me absolutely nuts.
Yeah. Everybody's been posting, I mean everybody. They've been posting that damn video where hitting one back at Bubba down at third base. Everywhere you go on social media, one person's posting it from another. So
yeah, my man Brungart's getting done kind of dirty on that deal.
Yeah, I was just like, I said, I've talked to almost as many conference guys about hitting, and the one thing I've always asked them, who hits the ball the hardest, and everybody says the same guy. They say Bubba does, Bubba Mack. They said it used to be I can't remember that dude's name. The dude that used to play for Louisville Slugger, Kevin Kennington. They said he was probably used to be one of the hardest dudes that hit the ball.
Really?
But they say it's Bubba Mack now. They say hands down, it's not even close.
Kennington was just like that, like built different, kind of strong.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he looked like he could, bite the bat in half.
Probably does in his free time.
Yeah, so he had real bad back issues, so he just he quit. I mean, just up and quit.
See, and that's kind of crazy that you think of guys like that are in that kind of condition wouldn't have issues, but that's not always the case. That's like when Stephen Lloyd, kind of took his hiatus. So from what I understand, he gets really bad migraines, and that kind of affects how he plays on the field sometimes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's why he quit, but I know that if I remember correctly, he's had issues with that in the past.
Oh, well. I thought it was something to do with his family, but like you said, it's not our business. So
yeah, right.
But
yeah.
I mean, if you step away from the game and stuff. But yeah, so I went in May. I went down to the major tournament down there, and all the big teams were down there. And so if you're down there at Myrtle Beach during the start of the summer, it is crazy windy, and the wind was blowing it out, man. And Ryan Harvey gets up, dude. He steps on one. I mean, he pulls it down the line in left field, and it don't go. And he was like, and Ryan Harvey is like kind of like a gentle giant. You don't say anything. He doesn't show any, expression. And he just kind of laughed. And and it was the first time I ever seen a lot of expression out of him. And he just kind of laughed. He's like, dude, I hit that. He said, I really mashed that back. And then you go out there, man, and Bubba's playing, dude, and I'm just saying, man, that dude's just a different dude. He hit it out in the wind where everybody else was trying to, and they couldn't.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and there was a couple guys. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't the only one. There was still a few guys that could hit it, but he was the one that stood out. They were like, okay, the game's just different for him.
This dude just built different.
Yeah, he's just, he's got such a different swing, man. I mean, because he swings down on the ball. You don't see it. A lot of guys say they do, but they don't. If you watch this swing in slow motion, they don't really do it. But he truly swings down on the ball.
Yeah, and like he's not shy about it either. He'll tell you that. Was it you? Did you interview him on? You were doing the little interview segments there for a while.
Yeah.
He said he tries to cut everything he hits, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's you could tell watching him hit that ball at Brungard at third base. And Brungard is not a bad third baseman. I think everybody kind of looks at that guy and like he's big and he's a monster. He's kind of stocky and people think just because he can hit that he can't defend, dude. He can glove it over there.
Yes, he can.
And the fact that he got two just absolutely blown past him, I mean that's wild. And the guys that are talking crap on that, I want to see them go even catch that ball going. But like I want to see them even recognize that ball going by him.
The two guys that hit at him, the other one was Bradley Jones. I'll tell you right now, I want to see any other dude that's not playing conference step out there, and I would say give both of those dudes a wooden bat, and they would blow one by your ass.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're different. Bradley Jones hits the shit out of the ball too, but.
Dude, Bradley Jones is good, and his footwork has interested me. I'd like to get in touch with that guy somehow. I want to know why he has closed his stance up.
I hadn't noticed. I haven't paid attention to it this year. I don't know.
So he's closed off.
Yeah, he's played with some really, So he was in the Toronto organization, and he played with all those cats that were Biggio. What's his name, son? The shortstop. Dante son. What's it? Bichette. Dante Bichette's son.
Oh, yeah, okay.
His son, who's the starting shortstop that everybody's crazy over. Vladdy's son. Vladdy Romero's son. The one
really?
Was in the home. Yeah, he played with all those guys, dude.
Wow.
And he came up with all them. He said he still, at least that's what he told me, was that he still was, keeps in touch with them guys. He said they were all great guys.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because, I mean, they just, it was like the baseball alumni team for the Toronto right now. I mean, with Biggio, Guerrero, and Bichette.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, and I was just because the first thing when he told me he was with the Toronto, the first thing I said, because I was just trying to put two and two together, and I was like, "Who did you play with, man, in the minors?" And he's like, basically he said, "It's who you thought I played with." And I was like, "Oh,
okay, all right."
Yeah, so I was like, but yeah, he absolutely murders the ball.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, I tell you, I came away from that tournament. You can tell Andy's gotten older. Andy can still pitch, but he's a smart hitter. It's really weird because Andy's, he's basically my age, man. Well, he's a little bit older than me, but like to see his bat decline as much as it has, it makes you see how much the conference game, how strong it is. Because Andy was one of the top hitters at one time.
Oh yeah.
And the last 3 years, his bat's declined a lot.
I remember back when Smash It was, well, I guess so. He plays for Smash It now, but back when he played with Resmondo, it was Smash It Resmondo were the only teams that ever finished high. And there was Laser Vision in there too. I think it was Laser Vision before it was Smash It. It doesn't matter. I'm getting off topic. So he was one of the, like you said, the premier hitters. Like he was the guy up there hitting the home runs and doing all that stuff. And now to watch him now, like you said, you could make the argument that his bat necessarily hasn't declined, but he definitely approaches the game a lot different than he has. It's just ridiculous now to see him hit a ball that's going to like physically hit him, and he can hit it down the right field line. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're exactly right. Because I sat there and watched it, I was like, he's such a brilliant hitter, and I got a chance to talk to him a little bit in a Facebook Messenger, and I tried to go back and find it, and I could not find it anywhere. And he was talking about pitching and hitting, and I told him, I said over the years, and I asked him because he kind of got defensive. I said, but what made it click for you once you really started hitting? And he got defensive. He said hard work. And he said just hard work. And I was like, okay. So then I started asking about pitching, and the one thing he said about pitching was he says, don't give in to batters. He said, whatever you do, he says, don't give that guy the pitch he's looking for. If you got to walk him, walk him.
Yeah.
He said, because a three-run bomb's worse than a freaking walk. He said, even if you walk bases loaded, your bases loaded, you walk one guy in, that's better than, granny. And
oh, yeah, 100%.
But he was just like, he said some stuff, man. He was just like, I can remember, his thing was, I can remember every at-bat with a guy last year. And he was just like, he was just like, I know what they do, what they want, what they don't. I can tell what they're trying to do. And because I went a couple of years ago, I went down there to Myrtle Beach, and they had lost on a Friday night, man. And people don't realize how big Andy is. Andy's a big ass man.
Really?
I mean, he's about 6'2", 6'3", and he's a big boy. And
I didn't realize he was that tall.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Okay.
And they lost out on a Friday night. Not out, but they lost their first game. And he was not a happy dude. And I was going to go talk to him, and I was like, I ain't talking to him now. I was like,
Andy Purcell, temper problems, get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Very shit. But, hey, I got one for you. I listen to a lot of podcasts, right? A ton of podcasts.
Fire away.
And I was going to actually, they do this thing on this one podcast I listen to called Pet Peeves. And I was wondering what your softball pet peeve was.
Ooh, that's a good one. As far as like something that just like drives you up the wall, like you just can't absolutely stand.
Or anything, anything about softball, whatever. The one pet peeve you have. I mean, it could be something on social media, the game itself, or whatever.
Yeah. So the first thing that comes to my mind is the guy that wants to just hose the ball all over the field.
Yeah. Okay.
Throws behind every runner, tries to make it. The runner can be 2 steps from the bag, and he's still trying to throw him out at first base. He's always throwing the ball home from the outfield. Even if the runner has scored and is halfway back to the dugout, he turns around and throws it home. If the runner is a step from home, he throws it home, makes a bad throw, almost hits the runner on the way back to the dugout. The guy that just tries way too hard at softball, and he's not good.
I know exactly how you think.
Tony Binskin says, Tony in the chat here, it says bouncing the ball across an infield. No, so that's my thing. So a friend of mine is named Daniel Larson. He's playing with TLC Houston Holmes in the conference. He's a local guy to me. I've known that kid since he was 19 years old. And I remember seeing him then play, thinking like, man, the sky's the limit for this kid. He's good. He's got the glove. He's taught himself how to hit. I'm not kidding you when I say he's probably put on 50 or 60 pounds of muscle in the last 5 or 6 years. He has done everything to get himself to the level that he's at now. And his arm is just incredible. That's the first thing that stood out to him, to everybody, even when he was a kid, was his arm. His arm is just insane. It's one of the best arms I've ever seen. And he chooses, and I guess it's a thing, I'm sure you've seen it in the conference, guys like to bounce the ball across the turf. And
I'm curious about that too.
So it makes it easier for my first baseman. I'm not really sure how, because he's got to pick a ball that's bouncing at him instead of you just hitting him in the chest. But regardless of why they do it, is not the point. But Danny's done it a handful of times, and he's usually always successful at it. But there's always those 1 or 2 times that shit doesn't go your way, right? Yeah. And he did it playing co-ed one time with my BP partner, Brian, who has also known Danny since he was a shithead kid. And he made a couple errant throws, bouncing balls across turf. So now anytime I see Danny posting a video about his throwing or somebody else throwing, I always got to make the comment, always got to take the jab at him. Danny, your arm is strong enough to throw it from the third base dugout clear to the freaking parking lot, almost to the highway, but you can't throw a ball over 100 feet without skipping it over there. So always take my jabs at him on Facebook.
Yeah. I've seen it in person. I've always been curious about it. I don't have an arm. Like, my arm's just jacked up, but like, they'll throw me on the infield sometimes because I can stop stuff, but I can't throw. I mean, I'll be the first to. So I'll do that. Like, if they'll stick me on third base, I do it. But I'll throw it, like, I'll purposely not throw it hard, because I know anytime I swing hard or throw hard, bad things happen. And it just did.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just bad things happen. And then I'll sit there and do that. And we were playing this Sunday co-ed pickup thing. We were playing on Sundays. We'd meet up every Sunday and play. And they put a girl there at first base, and I kept throwing like that to her, and I was playing third base. She's like, I can catch. I said, yeah, but I can't throw. I said, I'm glad you can catch.
Yeah, congratulations. What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think she thought I was just, I was trying to say because she's a girl or something like that. And I was just, no, I just suck. I promise. It's me, it's not you. So. But.
That is funny, though. But, so pet peeve wise, it's definitely the guy that's got to throw the ball all over the place all the time.
Yeah. I think the one thing I see it all the time, and is people post on social media with their tee in their bag of their balls, or their hitting or whatever, and it's always hashtag doing work or hashtag work. And I go, it ain't work, dude. I say, if it was work, you wouldn't have showed up on time. I mean, it makes me laugh where dudes go to BP and like, we're doing work, we got to work, and we're going to work, and I'm just like, that's the one that eats at me, because I'm like, dude, you don't show up to work on time. If it was, you don't go pick up all those damn balls out there in the outfield. It's just, that's the one that gets at me sometimes. It drives me crazy.
Yeah,
it's like it's not work, and that's this. I did a video on it and almost put it out there, like a 30-second clip where I just rant on it. And I sent it to my friends, and they all laughed, and they were like, you need to post it. And then I didn't. I was like, nah, I better not, because it might hit home to some people. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just like, but I just went on this rant, and I was just, it was a lot of F-bombs and stuff, and it drove me crazy, because I got sick and tired of seeing it.
So there's definitely that side of things. Like there's the expectation, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're the guy that posts the YouTube videos, so you must never make an out.
Oh God, yeah. Oh yeah.
You must never ever in your life ever again make an out. If you don't hit a home run every time you swing the bat, you're scrutinized. Like, this is all stuff that I've heard before, but like I've always been raised to not give a shit about what anybody else thinks, so it just never bothered me. I do not give a damn what anybody else thinks about anything. But that's another thing that gets me is like, oh, Mr. YouTube over here. I mean, like, nothing's stopping you from doing it. You say you go out and hit more than I do. Well, set your camera up. A tripod's $20.
I know, man. I played in a co-ed draft tournament last year, and it was fun, super fun. And it was a Unicorn Sports draft tournament, whatever. It was in Raleigh, and it's fun. If you guys can ever get into one, definitely do it. It's a must. And the prizes are fun, but the tournament it's just a fun atmosphere. And I got it, and we were playing one of the teams, man. And you always got those dudes. And I met that dude on a Friday night. From that night on all the way to Sunday, dude just hit me the wrong way. And he just I don't know, man. He just kept talking shit to me and stuff, and I was just like, and I usually don't say a whole lot, especially now, because I feel like you say if you're a YouTube guy or whatever, you kind of got a target on your back sometimes.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I was just like, okay, whatever. And I got up the bat, and no lie, I swear to God, the dude said, "Oh, it's the BP Hero." I said, "No, wrong guy."
Be like, I don't know. Hey, just be like, I don't know that fat ass.
I said, wrong guy.
Yeah.
I said, I'm the fat guy, and that's the BP Hero. I'm the fat guy. But,
that's funny.
And I was just like, But I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They had like a 7-foot pitcher, and I just tried my damnedest to hit one through his ass. It was just like, dude just hit me wrong the whole time, man. But it was fun, man. But yeah, you hear dumb stuff all the time. And I know there was like guys that I've played with the last couple of years that chirp behind your back and stuff, which like that, stuff like that. And like I said, I still sleep at night. So.
Yeah. So I don't ever, you won't hardly ever, I say hardly ever, cause it's like, I give myself that leeway, but hardly ever will you see me like engaging in trash talking or getting mouthy with somebody, especially starting it.
Yeah.
But man, sometimes people just like hit me the wrong way. So I'm setting up a GoPro. When I used to play a lot of League, I used to take GoPros out and record League games and all that stuff, right? So I'm setting the camera up, and this guy you may consider a local legend if you're local. I'm not using names, but it's a household name for sure if you play softball in the Mid-Missouri area.
Okay.
He's walking by, and I'm setting up the GoPro on the fence to record the game, and he says, "Hey, I'm the BP Hero, and I record softball games." And I just, like, no hesitation. I didn't even take the time to think. It just came out. I said, I guess I could use this camera to record me and your wife.
Yeah.
And, like,
I'm sure that went well.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, honestly, he didn't. He just, like, kept walking. I don't know if it was, like, he didn't care or if he didn't know what to say, because I know he heard me. I'm not a quiet person. I know he heard me. But,
see, I usually don't, like I said, I don't look for shit. And ever. I mean, but if you poke the bear long enough, stuff's bound to happen. And, that's how I was like, we played in a tournament, a league, and this dude, I don't, like, stuff comes out that doesn't stop. Something in my head does not stop it coming out. And it's like, this dude could be 7 foot tall, 300 pounds shredded, and I'll say something, and I just, like, I don't think things through sometimes, and I'll just, like, one guy, we were battling the sun one night. The sun was sitting in center field, and we couldn't see. We were swinging at like what looked like a ball, and like I think 2 guys hit him up the middle, and this guy was talking shit, and he just like and the guy goes and he was talking shit to one of my buddies, and he goes, "You don't want me going out the middle, or y'all keep hitting the middle," and I was like, "Oh what?" I was like, "Oh what, dude? What are you gonna do?" I was like, and I wasn't even looking. Kind of had my back turned, and I was just I didn't even know who the dude was that said it, and I was just like, "God, dude, just." And my son, if it wasn't for my son, there ain't no telling what would happen. Because he sits there and is like, "Dad, you're gonna go to jail." He always says that to me, "Dad, you're gonna go to jail." And
hey, at least he knows what boundaries you'll stop at, which is none.
Yeah, exactly. And I just sit there and stuff like that hits me, man. And I just like, "Oh what, bitch?" And I don't, I go off the end, and then the guy like wants to hug you after the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, get out of my face, you fucking loser. We've been on for over an hour, so it's officially like podcast after dark time.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's just what is it? They used to say after dark. It's like all the streamers and stuff. They always use after dark mode, so the parents know not to let their kids watch it because they're going to be cussing and drinking or whatever. I always just make the joke,
Oh yeah, after dark.
So speaking of you fighting.
Oh yeah.
A few podcasts back, my lovely wife was on here. We got to talk about spelling bees, and then you made the comment in the chat that you got in a fight in a spelling bee one time. Adam, you have to tell me the story.
I was like in the 5th or 6th grade though, man. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. But...
no. It's who. But hey, listen. Have you ever in your life, and if you have, y'all are wild. But have you ever in your life heard of anybody else getting in a fight at a spelling bee?
Yeah. You know what's worse?
What? Tell me.
My mom held the spelling bee. My mom was a school teacher.
Oh no. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was me and my best friend sitting there beside each other. And I don't know what happened, dude. I don't even know how. But I lost my cool, and he did at the same time. And, dude, we went at it. We strode chairs everywhere. The whole damn school was there. And it was like it happened right when the spelling bee was just ending. And, man, I had to sit. And the way the school was, too, this was what was the worst thing. They escorted me out after we got in the fight. And my mom was the one, like the moderator and stuff, standing up in front of school. And they stake us and they stick us in the way the office was. You had to sit outside the office at this desk. And dude, so I'm sitting there, and the entire school walks by you one by one.
Oh no!
Yeah, because you're the dumbass that got in a fight at the spelling bee, dude. And I don't even remember what caused it, but we just broke out, man.
Threw down.
And chairs went everywhere, dude.
Dude, that's awesome.
And my buddy was like, dude, he goes, and we were cool. Like, instantly after it happened, we got up to the office. We had to sit up there together. And we were cool right after that. And he was like, man, I didn't know you could fight like that. I said, dude, I didn't know you could either.
And from that moment on, they were best friends.
Yeah, it was funny, man. I was just like, but yeah, dude, I'm there. Oh, man, my mom still to this day.
Oh, dude, that's great. When you told me that in the chat, I was like, I have to know this story. I have to. It didn't disappoint. I will say that.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't even remember how it started, man. But we were just arguing about something, and it was like we're in the auditorium, dude, and it was a small school, so and we were in chairs that moved. Like it wasn't like set, well, like in a what do you call it, like a theater or something. Where some of the schools have now, but they were just those little chairs that would slide across the floor like crazy, and they were, oh yeah.
Bro, yeah, I mean, I went to school in Podunk. I mean, you set up when there's an event, everybody sets up the folding chairs in the gymnasium. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there.
I went to school out of my basically we're out of my district where I was supposed to go.
Oh, really?
Because my mom was a school teacher, and then
you got to go with her.
Yeah, and then when high school started, I could go wherever I wanted, but I chose to go there because I wanted to play football at that school, so instead of the other school. So,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Football. That's one thing I do wish we had. So I had 22 people in my graduating class. So our school was small. Wow. Our school was small.
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't even have enough people to have a freaking football team. But I wish we did. I would have been terrible at it, but I'd have liked to have been like fullback. It was like one of my favorite players was like Mike Allstott.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I mean, that dude didn't even have a neck, and it wasn't because of his pads. It's because he just had, his traps were just so big. I mean, that dude would just dump truck people.
I remember reading about him, man. He would, he put some kind of harness on like a Volkswagen or something, and he would just pull, for his workout, he would just pull the damn Volkswagen around.
Well, I believe that. Yeah. I believe that. Dude was nuts.
Yeah, he was.
Dude was absolutely nuts.
You had him, and then you got like that little work done. Little
dude, back. Yeah. What a combo, right?
I ain't lying, dude. You had somebody that'll run through you, and then dude will dance around you. So.
Yeah, and it's crazy now because like the NFL has kind of gone to like the big dude is also fast now. You don't have a big dude and a fast dude. The big dude is fast. Derrick Henry. I mean, who's going to stop that guy?
I know, dude. That's crazy how he is. And running backs, man. Like when we grew up, running backs were like your offense was built around them, and now it's pure quarterback. And I mean, and running backs don't make the money they once did because it's just they don't last. And I mean, you might get 4 good years out of a running back, and that's it, man.
Yeah.
And it really sucks because the game's changed so much. And that's why, like you see that kid in San Francisco, he was like, "Don't put me as a running back."
Debo Samuel.
Yeah. Because I mean, honestly, he wants wide receiver money, and it's like, it was a famous broadcaster that said one time. He said, "This whole country's every decision's ever made is on money," and I mean, he's right. I mean, but that would be the case. And I don't blame the guy. Yeah, I mean, he wants to last too. Because if you're a running back, dude, you just tear your body down.
No, and then you're right. It's crazy because he was arguably better out of the backfield. Like he was one of those guys. They use the term running downhill. That's him. Like if he gets ahead of steam, you're not stopping him. It's insane. No. Like he falls and he gets ahead of steam and he just runs with momentum like something I've never seen. And then he falls. When he falls another 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah. That's like, this is what my brother, we got the Carolina Panthers here. And what's the guy, the tailback, the white guy?
McCaffrey.
Yeah, okay, yeah, McCaffrey. I don't know why I can't remember his name. Dude, I kept telling my brother, I said, dude, if he wants to last in the NFL, refuse to play running back and be a wide receiver. I said he is a phenomenal receiver.
Yeah.
And I said he should be like a slot receiver. He's 6 foot, so I mean, make him a receiver, man. And I said he'll last longer, he'll make more money. But every time you see him, dude, he's all nicked up.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that just plays with his heart on his shoulder, right?
Yeah,
so, I mean, he's going to give you everything he's got. It doesn't matter if he's playing nose tackle, if he's playing cornerback, if he's playing running back. Hell, you could probably put him in at quarterback. He's going to give you everything he's got.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just telling you, man, he's not built to go in between the tackles.
No, he's not.
And he ain't gonna last. He won't last. But
no, but listen, it's going to be fun to watch him while he does.
Oh yeah, absolutely and stuff. I hope he lasts. The kid that went to my son's school played behind him. He was runner up to that Heisman. What was his name? Played at same school, Stanford. Bryce Love.
Okay.
He played. Yeah, he went to school with my son. But
okay.
Dude, yeah. But my son's school was a powerhouse in football. So, yeah, you talk about your school only had 22. I mean, dude, they got 2,000 kids in his school.
Yeah. See, we ain't got nothing like that here. The school is growing now, but then no, my graduating kindergarten class was 4 kids, and I just want to throw out there now, I was the tallest kid in the class.
Oh wow!
always got to point that out.
It don't matter where I've been. I've always been the shortest dude. They had a memories picture come out the day on Facebook, and it showed a picture of me, and I was just like, how do I get stuck in the back every time? And I'm the shortest person on the team.
Love it.
Yeah, but I mean, I just never realized how small I am. I just never, I mean, of course I was probably like 70 pounds lighter, but I mean, just never realized how short I am.
Sometimes it just bees that way. We weren't given everything. I can't have good I can't have good looks and be tall. I just only got good looks.
Yeah, exactly, man. I know. I don't have the looks either. I tried out in midget porn, but it didn't work out.
You were just too tall for midget porn. That's all.
Yeah, that. I lacked other places.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you can't have it all. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Your little hands. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So listen,
it's easier to find gloves.
Yeah. You said you had some stuff. You got anything else to fire away with? I think we're about to wrap this thing up. Unless you got anything else you want to grill me with tonight?
No, worst movie ever.
Oh, the one with all the action heroes, Expendables.
Oh God, you're right.
But hey, here's the deal. They made a second one. Adam, they made a second one.
I thought they even made a third. And dude, if there won't, like every dude that was somebody was in those damn movies, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because they were terrible movies.
Yeah, I mean, even Harrison Ford. I mean, and Bruce Willis and Kelsey Grammer. I mean, what the frick was he in there for? And yeah, just whatever. And then I would argue with my son that I was like, that I wanted to fight. What's her name? What's the chick that beat everybody's ass and then couldn't win another fight forever? She was famous as hell. She was in the movie.
Ronda Rousey.
Oh yeah, I kept telling her.
She was in that movie.
Yeah, she was in one of them. Yeah.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I mean, I said, dude, she's only like 150 pounds.
Oh, so Matthew Clark says they did make 3 Expendables.
I thought they did.
Dude, that's wild. That movie was like I didn't even make it through. Jason says that Ronda Rousey's in the 3rd one.
Oh, okay, that's right. That could be why.
And Tony's vote for the worst movie ever is Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder wasn't. It was weird, but Robert Downey Jr. when he played the black guy, that was funny. I mean.
See, that movie to me was like the dry, almost like Napoleon Dynamite type of humor.
Yeah,
you've got to be in the mood to watch. Cause I love Napoleon Dynamite. You've got to be in the mood to watch that movie though. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, one thing that everybody got so bent out of shape was the Tom Cruise character, and they all thought that was hilarious, and I was like, no, that didn't. I think he thought it was hilarious, but I mean But he's a weird dude, but he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong.
Sure,
but he's just kind of weird. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. being the black guy was funny. I mean, because it was so racist. I mean, it was just so offensive, man. And but it was kind of funny in the same sense or whatever. But
movies had no chill at a certain point in time.
Yeah, well, dude, could you imagine being a comedian today?
Oh, no, I cannot. We're going to move on to other topics, though. So Tropic Thunder, I didn't think it was terrible, but definitely it's like down there. I'm giving Tony, I'm giving Tony some credit. It's down there as far as like this is kind of lame, but for sure got to be the Expendables. I made it through like maybe 40-ish minutes of that movie. We went and seen it in theaters. I'm not really sure why. Like I was just like, what do you want to call it? So we were all living in Alabama. So when I took that work transfer to Alabama, and there was a bunch of us down there, and it's like we all went and did stuff together because we didn't have anybody else. We didn't have family or anything, so we all just got together and did something. Everybody's like, "Oh, let's go see this movie." And I was thinking going in like, "This is not my kind of movie." And sure enough, 40 minutes in, I just went and sat in the car until the movie was over.
Yeah,
I just could not do it.
Yes, Stallone wrote a couple brilliant movies.
Yeah.
I mean, Rockies was great. Rocky 3 to me was like my childhood greatest movie for my childhood. But he kind of plays the dumb boxer that's been punched in the head too much. And then when you see him act in these movies, you're like, I don't think that was acting. I mean, I think might be who he is. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So listen, real quick. I'm gonna say this. And we're going to watch this video. I found this video of this guy hitting this home run with this other team's bat.
Oh, really? Okay.
You're talking about like envisioning people as a different actor, right? Like you see an actor in one role and you can't like take them away. So the very first movie that I ever saw Tom Hanks in was Forrest Gump.
Oh, wow.
So
I think the first thing I ever saw him in was that show he was on where he dressed like a woman.
Now I'm intrigued because I have not seen that one.
Oh, you don't remember it?
No.
So him and this dude they worked in this office, and they had these great jobs, I guess, and I can't remember, like bosom buddies or something like that.
Whoa!
And but they were like.
What website were you on watching this? Was that one we were talking about at the start of the podcast?
No, I promise it wasn't. It's weird, but it was a very big time hit show in the 80s. And I can't remember if they had to dress up like a woman when they lived in the apartment, or they had to dress up like women to do the job they had, to keep the job they had. I can't remember but they both had to dress up like women and portray themselves as girls. And then they would be the two guys and say both of those were their sisters. And it was weird. But it was like bosom buddies. Oh yeah, dude, you gotta check it out. You gotta check it out one time.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, I know, because shit was so. The shit that you thought was funny back then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It does not relate.
Like the movie Mrs. Doubtfire would never go over today. Would not fly. But to me personally, like I love Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors. So like that was always like that was the spot for me. Movies like that. It's like Robin Williams. He can make anything funny. He really could.
Oh,
But that movie today, though, would not fly.
Oh, no, there would be so many people having problems with that movie and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, yeah. It's whatever.
Anyway, like I said, circling back. Whoa.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
So the first movie, we were talking about seeing like having an actor stuck in like a certain type of persona after you see them in one movie. So I was young. I was a kid. I saw Forrest Gump. It was the first movie I ever saw Tom Hanks in. And then not too long after that, I was Apollo 13. I watched Apollo 13. And then I see Tom Hanks come on there. And as a child, I thought to myself, holy shit, they're sending this dumb guy to outer space. That's like the only thing. I watched that whole movie thinking like, this guy is not smart enough to be out here. What is he doing? Just like not being able to separate the fact that like he's just an actor.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like I was young enough to not.
I saw this. I don't remember where I saw the story the other day. It kind of thinks like that. So this dude, his mom said, "Hey, you got to take your SAT or something like that." And the guy was like barely going to school, and it was a video. It was like a video clip I saw. It says he was barely going to school. He says it was his junior year. He takes the SAT, and his mom says, "We got your SAT results back." And time goes by or whatever, and he scores like 14 something.
Okay.
And this dude was like he was failing his junior year. He thought he was going to drop out. And they were like, "What?" And he says, and they asked him. They were like, everybody's like, "Did you cheat?" And he's like, "Yeah." I mean, his mom asked him. He's like, "Did you cheat?" And he's like, "No, I didn't cheat." He said, "I tried to." I said, "But it wouldn't work." And it was like, so the dude was like, "Huh." So he like started trying. Like he went to every one of his classes, tried really hard, went on to school, got his degree, and I can't remember what he became, but
so Spencer, how you doing, buddy?
He basically was successful. And basically I can't remember when they told him, they said, "Oh, hey, by the way," so the SAT people came back and said, "Hey man, we made a mistake. We sent out 13 scores and they were all wrong."
Oh no!
Somebody, he had like a 700. and the point of the video was like, if you just think you're something else and just go do it, maybe you can just do it. And you're not the smart guy, but you just worked hard and took something serious, and he made something out of himself for getting that incorrect score.
Yeah, working to earn something.
Yeah,
craziest thing, right?
Who says it? Forrest couldn't go to Harvard.
Well, it was a wild concept. I'll say that.
Yeah, I know people shit on that movie now, but it was a great movie, man.
What, Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
What's a classic?
I know, but a lot of people shit on it now.
Hey, you send them my way.
Yeah, but I mean, you would be surprised. I listen to a lot of podcasts and see how they. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? I think that movie's probably been watched just as much as because it always came on TBS, TNT, or whatever, AMC, and
for good reason.
Yeah, because everybody would just rewatch it over and over and stuff and all. And and I had a guy that was my coach. Our coach of our team ran our team for the last 10 years, and he goes and he was, he's 50 years old now, and he goes and joins the National Guard. And damn if he don't become a lieutenant, and his name was Lieutenant Dan. And
I love
telling him, and we called it was like, and we constantly like, "Lieutenant Dan, you got legs," and just nonstop.
Sweet.
Yeah, but the joke never got old. I mean, it just never got old. It did with him, but
yeah. That is funny. Anybody that wants to knock Forrest Gump, though, I mean, listen, it's a very relatable movie. I mean, Forrest busting a nut when he's got a titty in his hand. I mean, it's a very relatable movie.
Yeah, or when he tells Bubba to stick his lip in. I was like, what?
So, the other night...
Somebody was getting shot off, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's no chill
wrong
with those movies.
Yeah.
Like you just couldn't get away with that stuff today. And it was funny, you talk about the whole Bubba Gump thing. So, we made Sloppy Joe's here a few nights ago. I guess this is after dark hours now, right? We're just talking about random shit.
Yeah.
So, we made Sloppy Joe's the other night, and... we had Sloppy Joe's and French fries and macaroni and cheese. And I thought to myself, like, instead of putting this on a bun, what if I made a bed of fries, put the sloppy Joe meat on, and then put the mac and cheese on top? And, like, I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I ate it, and it wasn't bad. I made a second bowl, but I'm still not sure how I felt about it.
And I'm not a big cheese guy, but I could see people liking something like that big time. I mean, it sounded like it would be one of those state fair things.
Yeah. And then the next night, we had leftover sloppy joes, so I put the sloppy joes into a grilled cheese.
Okay.
And just try, you know, it's like, I don't know what else to do. I was literally just like, throw stuff together for dinner night. I've done that before. Throw stuff together for dinner night. I am not lying. Just come over here. I'll turn the webcam on if you're going to stand there and run your mouth.
That was me. I did that. I said, I'm going to make it into a grilled cheese. And you said, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, because I've done that before.
Fine.
Yeah. Get out of here. Go put a shirt on. But anyway.
By the way, she reminds me of something. Did you hear that thing that Charles Barkley said? That Kenny Smith asked Charles Barkley why he never bought his woman a watch.
No.
He said because there's a clock on the stove.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. So it's circling back. We're really bad. Jason, have a good night, buddy. So anyway, the sloppy Joe thing. So the sloppy Joe and the grilled cheese, right? So I sent the first picture the first night. I sent a picture to a group of my buddies from work. And the next night I sent a picture of the grilled cheese with the sloppy Joe stuff, and he says, "You're like the Bubba Gump of sloppy Joes." said sloppy Joes and fries, sloppy Joes and grilled cheese.
Yeah,
the list just goes on and on.
You make me think of the shrimp burgers that we used to get down here.
Ooh, that would be good.
Yeah, by the way, Grumpy Snack. So he was on y'all's podcast one night, and he said shrimp was overrated. Oh, dude, he is so wrong.
Uh-oh. I wonder if he's in here.
Yeah. Shrimp is not overrated, dude. You just had it wrong. And if you do it right, if you do it like a shrimp boil with the, what does everybody use? Old Bay seasoning.
Sorry, guys.
Dude, you take that and get a great cocktail sauce. My dad made a cocktail sauce, dude. Oh, my gosh. If you needed Viagra tonight, you need some of that shit.
That's getting you going, huh?
Yeah, because it had so much horseradish in that shit, man. But it was so freaking good. And, dude, I mean, I'm not lying. You would, look for other shit when you ran out of shrimp to
dip it in?
Oh, my God, yeah, dude. It was so – but I like horseradish, so I like shit strong like that. Like, I mean, I'm not lying. I've gone in restaurants and started crying because the horseradish was so strong. But he would sit there, dude, and make the best horseradish, dude. I wish I remember his recipe, what he did, but it was – for him to say shrimp is overrated, I'm like, oh, my God, my son would kill him.
Yeah, dude, shrimp is good. So my wife made me some shrimp on Father's Day. Butter garlic shrimp, unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, shrimp with a steak is awesome, too.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. Do a little shrimp, a little steak, especially if I'm doing, like, the steak on, like, the flat top or, like, in a cast iron. You just throw the shrimp in. I mean, they're along for the ride. Surf and turf, baby. Let's go.
Me and Dakota went and got Mexican tonight, and I do this thing, and everybody stares at me, man. But I always get.
Are you sure that's why they're staring at you?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know.
Continue. Sorry.
It's probably could be. I'm not wearing a shirt. But, I don't.
So I got this buddy of mine. So the way back OG podcast stuff. My buddy Gabe. So every now and then he'll FaceTime me and just be like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing. What are you doing?" He's like, "Well," he says, "I was gonna take my shirt off and eat a hot dog later. Didn't know if you wanted to watch or not." Shit gets me every time too.
Yeah. Some people, that's what people do would call me when they're taking a shit. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Wait till you're done.
Well, no, because when they're done, they got to get up and go do something.
Yeah. I'm just like, whatever. But no, the thing, I always take salsa and pour it on my Spanish rice. And everybody stares at me like I'm a freak or something.
I don't hate that idea, though.
I do it. I accidentally spilled some on there one time, and I ate it, and I was like, huh. And then the rest has been history. So yeah, I do it. I put a lot in there, too, but it honestly spices it up. So
you talk about Mexican restaurants and shrimp. So they got this deal here at the Mexican restaurant just down the road. Spencer, if you drive, I know you drive the UPS truck. I forgot you can't stop for lunch. Never mind. Sorry. Anyway, so they got a deal called the Papas Fajitas. It is chicken and steak and chorizo and shrimp and green peppers and onions all grilled up over a baked potato, cheese on top.
I can do everything but the cheese, but that sounds pretty good.
Dude, it's good. It's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do something like this big Hawaiian thing like that.
Yeah.
And it's pork, all of the stuff you just mentioned, but it's like in a pineapple. But it's pretty good. I mean, and it's like the pineapple, I guess, is like seared.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. It has like the Hawaiian fajitas, and that's kind of like what it is.
I don't hate that. That sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something local here. I always get the, what do they call it? The fajitas Tejanas, which is the steak, shrimp, and chicken. Yeah.
So good. So listen, we're going to finish this up here. I got to get to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to stick around for this clip here. You can. I don't know how late you'll be seeing it compared to what it'll be here, but I'm going to play this clip. And then we will wrap things up. I'd say you're probably going to be like 5 seconds behind me as far as seeing it goes. We're just going to let her rip here. Gonna get copyrighted. All right, so that's legend type shit right there. You'll see it here in a second.
That's shit you etch in on your tombstone.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
That's like legend shit.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, that does it for the podcast. I'm glad I found the clip. Thanks for stopping in, Adam. It's a great time. It's always a good time when we podcast together.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, for real. So swing hard in case you hit it. Hey, and for real, before you finish up here, whether you're on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, when you get done, head over to Adam's channel, smash that subscribe button, check out his content, all kinds of good stuff on there.
Yeah,
swing hard in case you hit it.
I'm 10 away from 3,000.
Oh, you're growing.
So for the bat giveaway, so if you hadn't entered, you better get in for the contest.
So the giveaway is for 3,000?
Yep.
I can wrestle up. Bats. I can wrestle up 10 subs just so I can get in the subscrition.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna make a bunch of fake accounts.
I was gonna say I'm gonna make 10 Google accounts. I'll be right back.
Podcast. Yeah, the subscriber's name is I'll Blow Adam, whatever. So.
Yeah. I'll go subscribe with all three of my YouTube channels, and I got to get everything in anywhere I can, right?
Hey, I know, because I was going to do the balls in a hat, and I ran out of hats.
Oh, hey, that's not a bad thing, though.
Yeah, and so I threw I'll throw another bat in there, so I don't have to order another batch of hats. And then the balls, I think Bobby's out of balls, like BP balls.
Yeah. So he's got rockets, and he's got. I was actually on the phone with him tonight. He's going to be on, not this coming week, but I think the week after that, unless I'm going to be on vacation. But I got to look at the schedule and get everything figured out with that. But the plan is to have him on again very soon. I talked to him tonight. He's got rockets, he's got 575s, and he's got long haul bomber balls in stock.
Oh, wow. Yeah. There's a lot of dudes doing reviews with long haul bomber balls.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
But listen.
Hey, have a good night, man.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in. Always a good time. And you guys, swing hard in case you hit it. And we'll all catch you next time.
All right, bud. We'll talk to you later.
See you, buddy.
Later.